This is Dean Castronova. So from
He's the one
he was
tweeting this.
yeah, he was bad English, and he was the enemy with
I
yeah, did the sound. I was a sound engineer for them. Anyway, yeah, it says, my friends, the most devastating news today. My daughter, Ashley's best friend since kindergarten, was found dead in a field in Salem, Oregon, murdered. Please lift up.
We're in Oregon.
Salem, Oregon.
Oh, Salem. Just where everybody's at right
Where
now.
your friends are at.
Huh?
Where your friends are at.
Well, my family.
Yeah, well, we hope they catch whoever did
maybe
it.
not Salem because they're a little about 60 miles away from there.
What town are your family in?
That's where I went to see the eclipse, was Salem.
Anyway, here's lift up Megan Elizabeth Cordy. She had been missing for 5 days and leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter. We got to send condolences. That's all. We're going to do it right now. Say, Dean, we're so horrified. So horrified by this news. And devastated. And we're going to come back to it. And devastated. Just devastated. I'm devastated.
Listen, I got it. I'm just. I still haven't seen any dark shadows.
We're so horrified and devastated by any news like this. And to have it rub so have it happen to someone we knew in our past. We've been associated with. TED in the past. To someone have it happen to someone close to, let's see how it's hard to word this. Let's see, and to have it happen to someone close to a person we have been associated with in the past. Okay, that sounds right. Dean, we're so horrified and devastated by any news like this. A comma. And to have it happen to someone close to a person we've been associated with in the past, you must be devastated. You must be. Past makes it worse.
This little thing here, it looks like some type of.
All the worse. You must be devastated.
I gotta go on. I still gotta make coffee for morning.
Well, hang on a minute. I want to do this thing. But I need to do this first, so I didn't expect to open up. Well, I wanted to show, I wanted to show it to you. It's kind of, it'll only take a couple minutes, but I didn't expect having to do this.
Need me, so if I need to
Call an ambulance. Yeah.
Why I'm behind
Anyway,
the shield or something.
You must be devastated
Do not try this.
in orders of magnitude.
Watch out for the spinning blades. Especially when this
I got that one spelled wrong too.
spinning at that velocity.
Thank God for spell checker.
Flying at
All right, Dean. Here, I'm going to send this. Dean, we're so horrified and devastated by any news like this, and have it happen to someone close to a person we've been associated with in the past makes it all the worse. You must be devastated in orders of magnitude. That sounds like it'll make the point. Oh, we send our condolences. Can't forget that. Okay.
Well, you get to bed way before.
Okay. Yeah, I opened this up. It was connect to we're listening to that Robin Ford, and I went to the website and it said connect with Robin Ford, and I clicked on the Twitter button, and it came up to my page with the first one on the page. You know how it oscillates. It's been oscillating between either Yoko Ono or Britney Spears. This time it came up with Dean with this news, and wow, I didn't expect. Anyway, I'm sending it right now. Sending it. All right, here. Let's do this video. Look at Sabrina. She's out. Anyway. All right, so let me just set the camera right here, I guess. And right here on this couch, the blankets. It's padded. See, I've padded for a reason. It's like this whole place is padded, like a padded cell. It's padded for a reason. Anyway, so last thing we did on this thing was, where is it? Oh, there. The last thing is Vorticial Accelorator. And it had this stuff. This is from one of those solar lamps, right? And so, anyway, it has a nice taper on it. Does a nice job. I'm gonna go get a drill to run it. So this is, we call it a drill-powered Vorticial Accelerator. The actual one. The motors we got under construction, motor transmission assembly that's under construction, uses electromagnets. And the taper's different because we're talking about different velocities. But here, let me just get a few of these. And get the shiniest ones to put in there. Anyway, so last was we had this. We're gonna figure it out. We needed this the tiara part of this represents the tiara of the motor transmission, which is the point where the centripetal zone is, where the material comes off of from the horizontal angular momentum, the centrifugal force against the centripetal zone, being an off angle to the angle of the net force of the centrifugal. The net centrifugal force causes Euler force, causes it to come up here and escape. And there we get linear momentum at the Coriolis force. And there, then in the tiara is where the material follows a path around the centripetal zone, giving off the conserved momentum in centrifugal force across a very tight radius. And that sets up, that's hard to get off here. Anyway, that sets up an angle there by allowing it in time to recollect in the actual motor transmission. It comes back and arrives back at horizontal linear momentum, and slows down and gets recollected in the accelerator. So the very bottom motor, when the actual one, very bottom will run like near lock rotor amps, because it's going to be grabbing that stuff like it's like where it's giving up all of its momentum nearly, because it's at the bottom. It's trying to get it's like funneling down again, so funnel down and push it back up. So the whole thing, when it's running, the actual one runs. The idea is to get that material up from the bottom of the Vorticial accelerator and out and around the centripetal zone and back in within about a third of a second. So you're going to have like 3 pulses per second. So the actual shape is designed to provide for the accumulation of it. So to pick it up quick and then accumulate it and then release it. And it's driven with the type with pulses so that it spins it, and then so it's allowed to basically the centrifugal force, the Euler force, causes to jump up to the next motor. But it's helped along in the very top with, when it's finally ready to go, a burp, it's helped along with it. It's just a quick, all it does is shut down the very top motor, just pulse out. It's boom, and then when that happens, well, it's actually pushed out by the one underneath it. That one's accelerated while the other one's shut down. You can't help but go. The very top ones, the taper on the actual motor is 90 degrees. Just beneath it is a wide taper one, and beneath that is a short taper one. So, the very top one, so that allows for maximum acceleration. The top motors are for high RPM, low torque. The bottom motors are low RPM, high torque. The string of motors going up the accelerator. Anyway, this plastic model is just a model that demonstrates the centrifugal force, Euler force, Coriolis force, centrifugal force. So we made this thing before we hooked it up with some drill. I want to do that, so we're going to mount this. The idea with the springs is it keeps it on there while we can spin it up in the drill with nothing in it, and it should just stay on there and spin and go full speed in the drill.
It should.
Yeah, that's provided. I got to make sure that this bolt is slightly twisted, slightly bent. Remember that, and this is mounted in there slightly, and I was able to turn and adjust it where I got a nice, fairly true spin on it. So as long as we got that adjusted, this should stay in, because I got this spring made fairly true also. Pretty well in the center. Not exact either. But it's actually so it's not exact. Anyway, I expect that the material will escape from there and eject this thing long before this is ever able to shake off of there anyway. Even if it wasn't attached, it would just go. But this thing, here's what we're going to do. I got the BBs. I'm going to take all these BBs and use them. Let's get this whole thing over here. Pretend this is not a UFO. We know exactly what it is. Anyway, see, that's what defines UFOs. If you don't know what it is,
don't do this at home.
Yeah, and by the way, do not do this at home. Anyway, so we're going to just load this down, see where it breaks.
Because I was asking, where's my
that will tell me the amount of force it takes.
Bulletproof shield.
Here, let me relieve these from the magnets. I can hang the magnets on there too, but first, let me do no magnets. So we're going to just load this up. Can we load it up and stuff? Okay, there it is. But that broke because let me lay it in gently. Debunk it here. See if it takes a little more. Because I need to know exactly how much, I want to know exactly how much force it takes for those springs to give up their, and then have it level. So it pulls even across there. And the reason why I got the springs in there to set it up is because I need to demonstrate it's just the centrifugal force doing it, not the fact that the stuff is trying to escape through the gap. Okay. Okay.
Still too.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight. What else do we have?
Because it's just hanging on by more than just one.
Yeah, but that represents the amount of force it takes for it to give up. For the springs to finally let go. See, because its gravity is 9.80665 newtons per kilogram. So we can weigh this down till it gives up, weigh the material, find out how many grams, convert it to kilograms, and we'll know how many newtons the springs hold. That's a lot. How much more can we put on there?
I don't know if it's it's not really a spring. It is just because the metal is curved over and it's stopping it from there.
Yeah, what it does though is it reduces the actual spring that's happening. This ledge right here. See that little spring? That's the actual spring giving up when it goes, not the whole spring. The rest of the spring is there just simply standing it up off the thing.
But it does have a lip. That's why it
has a lip. That's right. But
it helps it.
I'm doing it that way on purpose, so it demonstrates how much actual force we get from just a few grams, like 10 grams against all that, and 10 grams is I did probably 15 grams, so I can use 10 grams. This is about 8 grams right there. You got a scale right here. Let's just see what 8 grams is, and let's see what these are each. Tear the scale. Okay, just tear it. Okay. These are 2.7 grams each. So 5 of these. They're a little bit different each, just a little bit, because they're bearings. They're a little wear and tear, 10.8. So 4 of these bearings are 10.8. That's what we'll use. 4. Because it'd be around 10 grams. So 10 grams against, we don't even know what this is yet. We haven't been able to weigh it down enough. We're going to have to hang a string up there, magnets off the bottom. But we know we're close because when I dropped the magnet in there, it did let go.
That's force.
Yeah, well, it had some force.
Forcing it.
Yeah, the magnet's pretty heavy. What's this magnet weigh? Boom. This magnet weighs 60 grams, 61.9 grams. So, and I dropped it from about an inch away. So, within 1 inch, it gained enough velocity to equal that much more force than all that crap on there. Whoa, that's a lot, huh? In 1 inch. Force equals mass times velocity in newtons. We'll take mass in kilograms times velocity in meters per second. Force will be the number of newtons.
Only takes one little bullet to
knock
you down.
That's right. That's it. Right there. 2 grams, less than a gram.
Right. Knock you down.
And it will knock you down.
Knock you down.
It will knock you back. That's right. It will.
Wherever it hit you.
Traveling at Well, even at subsonic speed. Anyway, so we didn't get a test of this. Well, I'll find something to weight it down, some lead or something, to get a measure on the spring.
I still don't think that really means that much unless you, because the force of the spin is going to try to take it off.
Well, it's not the spin; it's the
acceleration is going to
the acceleration from the linear here.
And you could freaking just wait on with the Empire State Building on top of it to see if it would do it.
Well, the thing is that
the force of this is far more than anything you could land on that.
The force is force, though. See, the thing is that whatever force it takes to have this give up this way is also the same force it takes to have it give up.
Just to lay stuff
that
in
way.
it. Just to lay stuff in it.
So when you measure it this way until it goes that's the same amount of force that it takes to do that.
But
when you put
it's just like the bullet. It's just like the bullet. If you're throwing that, the force is multiplied by quite a few numbers. Not just laying lead on top of something until it breaks.
This lets you measure the spring. The same force that lets it do that is the same force that does that. So when you do that, it takes that force to do that. So then you know how much force you do that. You figure out, you can use that number to actually figure out how fast it's going when it comes out of there. See what I'm saying? Figure out exactly how much centrifugal force it's making with math, using physics. But you have to have some numbers. You have to use real numbers, you need real numbers. You have to measure something. So this is a measurement. When you take and do that, the force it takes, here, pull on it.
No, I know, right.
Well, you curved it sideways to do it.
Oh, of course.
You pull it, but pull it straight out because that's how the force is going to be applied. Pull it straight.
Yeah, but you're not.
Pull it straight. Keep pulling.
Yeah.
Pull it. Keep going. Keep going.
The reason
that's
why
the force it takes to leave it.
The reason why is because you have these things curved.
That's fine. I want it that way.
That's why it doesn't, because it has to go through metal to get.
It has to bend those out of the way.
Pull them out of the way.
I want those there. I want it to be.
Of course you do. It would fall off.
I want this to have a relative. Those springs.
That's what I'm saying.
Those springs give this at the point of release a relative mass of about 6-8 times. This is about 100 grams. Where we're talking about. The amount of force raises it up to about a kilogram.
I agree.
See, that's the whole idea. We got a kilogram of force to take that off.
That's why you have a spring action with something that curls around the object.
Actually, it's more than a kilogram because the amount of weight that it takes to have this give up, pulling straight down, is the same amount of force that it takes to have it give up going upwards. So when you do that straight down, you go, that's the force it's going to take for it to release. Okay, so
it would be totally different if it was straight up and it was just holding.
Right, now, see, I can bend these out and reduce that.
Then you would have hardly nothing.
If I need to reduce
probably would fly off of there, just hitting it with objects.
Well, yeah, see, if I don't have, that's the thing, is if I don't have enough force there, just spinning it and this thing does that. And it gets on there like and does this and goes anyway, and then it hits you in the head.
You have to hold it back.
By holding it back, it lets it go in a predictable direction too. Yeah, so I anticipate this to go boom, straight up, and then I anticipate it, well, given the amount of force, it would be about a kilogram or more to let it release to finally, when it does release, I anticipate it, because its actual mass is only 100 grams, it's going to go. It's going to go flying, dude.
I said, do not do this at home.
Don't do it at home, not without a blast shield. Anyway, I want to give people a demonstration of this real quick. Let me go get the drill, and we'll mount that up real quick, and I'll just spin a couple bearings at slow speed.
Don't worry, folks. He's never on time.
Slow speed demo.
He did.
The drill, y'all. You remember that episode where I had that drill breakdown with that crappy products and why they're so crappy. I got to find that video and click this playlist. Maybe edit the video out. Grab a segment out of that video and publish it as a separate video for that playlist. But it was, now crappy products are good. This is a drill. I'm not showing my panties. Now see, ultimately the one of the principles that makes the actual one work is once the material has escaped from the accelerator, it's in its own space-time. It's in its own frame of reference. So it completely forgets it was this zone. In the actual one, this is connected, and when it does it, it all does it at once. The reason why it works is because after it leaves here and it's in free flight, it has no idea that it was ever connected to anything else. So whatever force it generates is completely disconnected from, well, not disconnected, but that's not the right word. The force it generates out here is the impulse that it possesses when it leaves is disconnected from both pieces at that point. And when it reconnects in a different force, at a different angle. And that's what makes it work. So anyway, I'm not going to do that yet. I could, but I don't want to do that indoors.
What, put that on there?
No, I don't want to do that indoors, but I'm just going to, let me set the trigger here. I just want to spin up this bearing. Oh yeah, here. Oh yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, see, this is a 90 degree. This is a 90 degree buffer. There it is. So they won't escape out of there. It's easy. All right, so I got to rotate this. True. I don't have the switch turned down. No, I got to go the other way. Yeah, okay. So the more true you get it, so the way, in this particular thing, now the reason why they don't just jump off of there right away, centrifugal force is low, and it gets a magnetic field off the armature. And once it gets once it escapes that magnetic field.
Yeah.
See them climbing up there? I see some of them are up in the top. They're all up in the top now. Not very true, is it? Anyway, they're at up in the very top. There they go.
Look, so, Mom, it looked just like the guys on the motorcycles who used to go around and around.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Anyway, tomorrow we have Sabrina's Friday mixer, and we'll be pulling this out and while the sun's still up, and doing this demo with this thing, and then we're going to do another demo too, so people can see what's going on inside. We're going to set this up here. I got two of them. Now, I don't want this so you can see, so we can demonstrate exactly the path that the material follows inside of the centrifugal zone. We'll set this up with two glass bowls.
You'll be spinning all over the place.
Yeah, well, so I'm going to use the tube because it adds a lot more mass, and I'm going to use a lot lighter. It has more mass here and a lot lighter material here. So that way it doesn't go nowhere. I've just set it up on the table with a capture container underneath it. And then we get to see the path that the material takes. And then maybe if I can find a funnel or something to put under it, or maybe make something to demonstrate that also. Yeah. Anyway, Bruce. Is it? Now, what did you just say? Make sure I bring what now? I missed what you said. Brings the bowls back where?
Yeah, some forest holes can eat their Rice Krispies.
Oh, yeah.
See the moon is
Yeah. Yeah, now that's Mars. That's Mars right underneath it there, ain't it? In between the trees. Yeah, that's Mars. Venus is way over there. It's long gone. And I thought I saw Saturn earlier. Was that Saturn or Jupiter? I'm not real sure. Anyway, good night, boo. Sweet dreams. Okay. Okay. You're coming to Sabrina's mixer, right? All right, cool. Cool. We'll see you then. Yeah, if you come over before sunset, I'll be doing that demo on with that thingy while there's daylight. So. Good night. Yeah. Well, let's go publish this, huh? What do you say? Huh? You want to go publish? Let's go publish. Sabrina, you gonna go publish? Huh? You gonna publish your movie now? Can't see Sabrina, it's dark. Huh? She don't care. She don't care. She's going up in her chair. Ooh. And now she's in an easy chair. I'm in the love seat. Now, you know what Sabrina wants? Sabrina wants company. She so loves people so much that I guess I'm not enough for her. She needs other people to come and visit. That's why she has a mixer every Friday. You want to go in where it's lights for a minute? Huh? Yeah. They're so pretty. Yeah. Anyway, so y'all can't see nothing there because it's dark. But anyway, so the mixer. Sabrina has a mixer every Friday. Turn on the light, maybe you can see a little something. No light. Anyway, we got a sign that we turn on. We got the rope lights we turn on, and light this place up like a Christmas tree every Friday. And we pull out our sound system, and we do music and jam, and we got barbecues. We fire up the barbecues. Huh. Anyway. Still can't see you. We got to go inside. If you're gonna sign off, we got to sign off where you can see, right? Right? Isn't that where you go to sign off? You don't want to sign off in the dark. Yeah. Let's go in where there's some light. I don't have to turn on all. I turn on all these lights. That's for tomorrow. So turn on some lights inside. Let's go inside and sign off. Inside. Coming in. Down. Coming in. She's not coming in. You're gonna sign off out here in the dark. Okay. Well, Sabrina, we're gonna sign off then. Sabrina and Roni signing off till tomorrow with the Sabrina's mixer. Okay. We're gonna have her mixer, and this is an episode of The Life Recycled. Vorticial Accelorator continued. And we're going to leave you with a nice shot of the moon, I guess. Zoom it in, I guess. This digital zoom, it gets fuzzy when you get all the way in. But yeah. And we'll just let that. Here, hold on. I'll pause it for a second. And we've got guitar. We're gonna sit here. We'll let the moon go by for a minute while I play a little guitar for you. How about that? Is that good? I injured myself badly. Step down on that chair, on the heel. Put my heel down on that chair. Here's your bone. Here we go. You recognize that chord? That's a Saturday in August. But today, you know what today is? Today is Thursday in August. And you know what chord that is also? Saturday. It is a, oh, I'm sorry. It's a Wednesday in January. So the month began on a Wednesday. That was yesterday. And today's a Thursday, so let's work this one out. Let's do something here. That's what I'm feeling. Feeling like some kind of you chewing on the bone. Let's bring the camera next to your bone chewing. How about that? And put it still looking at the moon. Huh? Let me drop it down next to your bone chewing. Get more of your bone chewing and the sound of your bone chewing in there. Huh? I'm gonna just do this creative tripod setup and put the moon in the shot. Okay, now a music video, little moon music video tonight, or in August, whatever the date is, Thursday. Tomorrow's, yeah, it's the 23rd. Yesterday was the 22nd, because it's a Wednesday, right? Yesterday was a Wednesday, the month began on a Wednesday. Today is, so there's a Wednesday. That's the key of F. Whacking that tail. Make some drum beat with that tail. There you go. That's it. Uh-huh. That's it. Do it. Do it. Do it, Sabrina. That's it. Whack it, Sabrina. Do it. Keep going. Keep going. Whack away. Go whack up. Whack up. Come on. Keep the drum beat. We're doing a drum beat. Was this song over? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that was the ending of the song. It's you making a drum beat. Okay, yeah, I see. I've got it. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, let's go publish now. Huh? Ready to go publish? We can publish it right here. Let's end it. Cut, take, cut, print. Cut, says the director. Print, says the director. Oh. And then, that's a take. Oh, first, what you got to say? That's a take. There's the moon. The moon. Oh, it's all zoomed in and stuff. Can't even get it put on there. What's that? Oh, that's one of the lamps. Okay, the moon. Try to get it put back on the moon again. Anyways, screw it. So here's Sabrina. You can't even see her, but now we're going to point the camera where you can't see nothing still, and we're going to call it. The director says, that is a take. That's a take. That's a take. That's a take. Now cut and print.